when you make false allegations of such, of calling somebody a child molester and all that stuff, that should be considered a hate crime. I agree with the woman on this. I want you to listen to a couple of excerpts of this girl's video. Now, this girl is a highly tattooed chick. I mean, don't matter about the tattoos, but she is talking about I guess, a social media friend that committed suicide because they were being allegations that this person did this and did that and did this, and this guy wound up taking his life. The girl who's talking here actually attempted to take her life one time because they said that she was diddling with her own diddling with her own 3-year-old child. Okay, so I think this is a significant clip. I actually do. I think she's very significant on what she had to say here. It was ironic, really, if you want to call it that, that this particular person put this on his community page because this absolutely applies to him. So let's listen what this girl had to say, and I'll intervene on here if I have to. But she's right that being hateful on YouTube can have some dire consequences with people. And there are many people that you don't hear about, but this girl is talking about somebody that did commit suicide because they were being attacked by people with all kinds of allegations. And people don't realize how serious this is. And a lot of, fools on here, they take it for granted unless it was actually happening to them. Then it's a whole different story when they're in the shoes of that person. So I hope you understand what I'm talking about here, and you could feel my emotion on this. It should be a hate crime. It absolutely should be a hate crime. As I said, somebody, call it ironically or hysterically, whatever, put it on their community page as if to say that this person, no names mentioned, is innocent and never did any of the things that he did and why he's actually in jail and facing 5 counts. Well, I'm not mentioning no names, but you could put 2 and 2 together. There is evidence that does prove that he did that. Now, listen to what this girl has to say. And it's very sad. And it's an interesting choice that the guy who put it on his community page made. It was an interesting choice because, it kind of like reflects a real life situation. So let's listen. Let me list. There's 3 of them.
Happen to women. I look at myself, and when like my suicide attempt a couple years ago, from all the false allegations I was getting very publicly, as many of you remember, people were saying that I was pimping out my 3-year-old, putting fucking drugs up her bum, like.
Now, where does it sound familiar here? How many allegations were made against me about different things? Okay, so you understand.
This shit destroys you, and it drove me to take an attempt. Happened to women.
Well, it didn't destroy me, and I had no reason or ever even inclination to commit suicide because some people don't agree with you, or they label you or make allegations against you. But nevertheless, it is a hateful thing to do, and I think it's a hate crime.
And I look at myself, and when like my suicide attempt a couple years ago, from all the false allegations I was getting very publicly, as many of you remember, people were saying that I was pimping out my 3-year-old, putting fucking drugs up her bum, like, this shit destroys you, and it drove me to take an attempt. Happened to women.
Well, things like this drove me to put a case together. So now you people understand. Why don't we listen to this girl even more? And I got 2 more clips here that I'd like you to listen.
That's it. You can't do that to a woman. You can't just get mad at her and be like, oh, well, she diddled.
You can't do that to anybody.
Children, people did that to me, but why? Because I advocate for men. I advocate for men, so the world just started treating me like a man and started falsely accusing me of stuff. But I'm a rare. That's it. You can't do that to a woman. You can't just get mad at her and be like,
can't
oh, well,
do that,
she diddled.
That's how about one more here.
His life. These people's intentional lies and hate made a whole ass human being feel like their life wasn't worth it.
Well, that's not how I felt in this particular person's situation that she's talking about, but nevertheless, when you hear things like that coming from other people, when people are making false allegations against you, okay, and when of such, you're not going to sit there. Now, considering this poor guy, whatever happened to him, this is a girl who's talking the story here, okay? But in actuality, and there's actually a link I actually have, and this is the guy that killed himself, and I can't Okay, I can't really project this on here. No, I have my glasses on. It's an HTTPS semicolon // www.tiktok.com / edit or edits EDITS by Belize BELIZ / video, and then there's no, I don't know, maybe you could find that. It was on TikTok live that a guy took his life because he was being attacked by so many people viciously. And that's why, you know what, when I keep on saying that I'm getting off this fucking thing, you know what, it has really gone too far. And unfortunately, a man is in jail and has to go to jail because of this. And by the way, I'm going to make an extra note here. The same individual put something on his community page, and for your information, just that you guys know, this is from 5 months back. And what happened was the fiscal did not approve his allegations against me. This was a dated type of piece of material, outdated, I might say that. And this was something that went back over 5 months ago. This is not current material at all. Okay, I've read what he put on his community page and about all these allegations and so forth, and so much of that was so much bullshit that I don't even know who the fuck they were talking about. When he's trying to take a position that he never did anything wrong, where in my case I've got actual visual evidence, not third-party material. Nevertheless, you know, it was a fruitless effort from him to try to make a case on me, but he knew that he was overpowered by all the evidence, okay? And, you know, he did not know or believe that he was going to get served an arrest warrant for his 5 counts. So he felt very frivolous at the time. You know, his concentration was to get deported. That was his concentration, because he didn't want to believe that there actually could be a case, just because the first attempt was eliminated only because there wasn't the video evidence turned in with the original affidavit. That's the only reason that happened. But it was refiled again in full, and it was accepted by the fiscal, which it was and is. And now he's going to be having an arraignment in the future. I can't tell you when because I don't have that information. And, you know, I'm letting the justice system just take care of whatever. Now, it's really interesting on how he posts this kind of stuff on his community page about this girl and how she's unfairly treated. Well, how about how unfairly he is treating so many people? How about all the people that he's hurt and took money from? How about all these people? Don't they count? Wouldn't you think that they count? The fact is, he did call me what he did, and he also called other people, but he's trying to take the stance on this that I am the poor, innocent victim, that I don't deserve this. Well, you know, the guy who committed suicide, who this chick is talking about, he did it live on some kind of social media, was under so much pressure from this. And this happens all over the world, okay? This happens all over the world, that people are being alleged this and that, and according to their sensitivity level and their psychology, that people commit suicide over stuff like this. That's why this should be considered a fucking hate crime. This should be considered a fucking hate crime. And I will try to push that if I can. I will. Now, because of the stuff that he submitted on his community page, where he's being a wisecracker again and didn't learn his lesson, I will continue this as far as I possibly can. Let the justice, I'm going to end it here in about 2 minutes or so. Let the justice system do its job. There's nothing more I can say about this. There's nothing more I want to say about this. You know, he is not in any position. He doesn't even have a lawyer. And when he did collect money in the past, that was over 5 months ago when he actually put on there on his show about a guy that he claims did all this shit to him. But what he doesn't understand is, what did he do to the other guy? Documented, not third-party material, not hearsay, not a peekaboo image or something. Okay, this is what he did. Okay, documented. Now, he was going to be happy to leave the country and just get deported. But, you know, he kept on keeping on. So whatever, I made sure I got the case going again. and they approved it this time. And now he's going to face the reality of all the crimes that he committed. And he's talking about shit that I've done. Let me tell you something. I don't even know who he's talking about. Okay? I did not spend 3 years like he did. 3 fucking years. Telling the world that I'm a fucking pedophile. Calling my girlfriend or contacting my girlfriend's kids and death threats and everything else. This is a hate crime. And I'm going to see if the court will address this as a hate crime and go further now. Now I'm sparked up because I'm going to get them to push this as a hate crime. And that's going to be more time for him if he gets convicted. This is going to be determined and have my lawyer put in a suggestion that this should be considered a hate crime because of his persistent cockiness on this matter. That's a good reason right there, because he hasn't learned his fucking lesson. He's still a cocky motherfucker is what he is. Okay, the fiscal turned down that thing 5 months ago, just to update you on information on what he posted. The fiscal turned it down is what happened. Okay? So that you know. Because I noticed as a fact. In fact, I sent that material over to my attorney and he told me himself just to verify. If that material was turned down, it was the same prosecutorial office that our papers went through. The same fucking office. Same office. Probably the same prosecutor. That material was old hat. It was denied. It was rejected. And he's just trying to scare me into dropping my case. Well, listen, my message to Goober, you do what you feel that you have to do. You keep on lying like you constantly lie. You just put out a fucking thing out there begging me to drop the case. If you had all this shit against me, and it was going in your favor, then you wouldn't be coming on your show and on your community page, and you wouldn't be begging me to drop the fucking case. Because if you had good evidence against something I supposedly did, as you said I did, you wouldn't be begging me to drop the case. Because if anything, you would, want to even a score in the way your mind works, You have nothing. You don't have the money. It would take a ton of money. Not what people normally think it is. A ton of fucking money. To do what he wants to do and to prove what he's trying to prove. It should be a fucking hate crime. Now, I'm a little wound up over here. I'm going to say that I'm going to push my lawyer to have this push this as a hate crime. If that happens, his sentencing is going to be a lot longer than what he's normally going to get. See, that's what happens when you run your fucking mouth. That's what happens. When you don't learn your lesson, when you continue doing the same shit, he should not even be posting. He should not even be posting on the live stream, whether it's text or whatever. He should not even have a fucking phone. Who the fuck does he think he is? He wants to get away with all the shit that he's done to people in his life and play victim? No, you have a lot of victims. And I'm one of them. And no, sir, I'll say it again with conviction. I am not going to drop this case on you. For no reason. In fact, I'm going to increase the charges on you. I'm going to increase the charges and make this a hate crime. How do you like that? I have no compassion for you, sir. You are really a hateful person by every definition, not by a troll who just doesn't happen to like you and says that the world hates you. That's not true. There are people who hate you, and I'm not exactly your biggest fan. Let's put it that way, mildly. But what you've done and the lives that you have ruined, you to belong in jail, no easy way out of getting deported, anything like that. That's the easy way out. I'm not going to allow that. Not after what you've said and done. I am not going to allow that. In fact, your opening your mouth made you in a worse position. Congratulations. You should not even be posting on YouTube. And you know what? Neither should I. I'm going to let the justice system and my lawyer do their job. And this is my last fucking channel on Hyde. I'm getting rid of it altogether, deleting it from Google, period. Because I have personally had enough with this bullshit. And now It doesn't make any sense for me to talk anything about this goober. I did my part. I did my part. Let the justice system and my attorney handle this. And Bubs, you're going to need a lot of money to go through this case. With litigation, everything. We're talking tons of money. Now, I know what he tried to do. When he was getting donations in the beginning, he was putting all his eggs in one basket. He was worried more about getting deported and going back home and getting permission. He wasn't concentrating on anything else. He was caught off guard because he did not think in his mind that he was going to have a 5 counts of cybercrime against him. He did not think that was going to happen to him. But it did, and it blew his ass away is what happened. Well, face the reality, bub. Face the fucking reality. Copy this, please do. Face the fucking reality. You're screwed. You're screwed because you did it to yourself. Sure, I could take some of the credit for getting you where you are, but this has just begun. You wait till things really start happening, bub. You wait and see when things really start happening. There's nothing that's going to counteract my case. There's nothing that's going to change my mind or your efforts to try to scare me into dropping the charges on you. I will keep these charges going no matter what. No matter what you present, whether or not you get a lawyer or not, I'm not going to change my mind. You better face the fact you're going to be in jail for a long time, and then you're going to be deported, never to come into this country again. And with that being said, I am not the judge and jury here. That's up to the justice system. From everything I know so far, you're in for a long ride, pal. And you shouldn't be using your fucking phone to be doing this kind of shit. I've sent everything you did over to the BI. I keep them informed all the time. They know what's going on in the background, okay? Maybe you're good at copying stuff, so am I. So am I. Gee, that's something new. So am I. Okay? Third-party shit don't work. Third-party shit don't work. In that case, it was rejected by the fiscal over 5 fucking months ago. Where's all the lawyers' signatures and current date on that material that you presented? Where is it? Where is all the current dates? Current dates, not 5 months ago. Where's the current dates on that? I read what you wrote, and this is outdated material. That there was still a case going on with me, an active case going on with me in Hawaii. That case is over, Jack. That's dated material, man. Look, you're going to face your reality. It even has to be shoved down your fucking throat. You are a sub-fucking human is what you are. And you're going to get whatever is coming to you till my last fucking breath. You got a ride coming up, buddy. You got a ride coming up. It's going to be a hard, long fucking ride. I will see your skinny ass in fucking court. You hear me? I will see your skinny ass in court. All the way. All the way until I get the satisfaction that I need. There's no being Mr. Nice Guy with you. Even if I had even a small passing thought, that is over. And so is this channel. Let the justice system handle it. I can't be doing a show all about you all the time. It's tiring, and I'm done with it. I did what I needed to do from start, and I'll do it until finish. That's my guarantee to you. No more PR to you, your name, or your channel. You know what direction you're heading. You know damn well. You know damn well. And I got damning evidence against you, and that's why the fiscal approved the case against you of the 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 criminal charges against you. Your skinny ass, your lying ass. And you ain't going nowhere, pal. And you think you're going to stay in that particular detention center for the rest of the duration? Well, if you're a gambling man, I wouldn't put all your money on red. I'd put it on black, or the other way around, because that's your temporary holding pen. That's all it is. They got other plans for you. And I hope you're going to go where I hope they suggested that you're going to go. Because that would be the ultimate right there. You deserve everything that's coming to you. You lied through it. If you had teeth, you'd lie through them. You're not an honest man. You're not a good man. You screwed the lives up of so many people. And that's a very appropriate recording or link that you put on your community channel, by the way, which I shared some of it with my viewers. Listen to what she had to say. This guy committed suicide because he was attacked. Okay, she's talking about a friend of hers, and he did it on camera, committed fucking suicide. Don't you understand that things you say to people can affect people's lives? That people have feelings and emotions, and you could hurt families, you could destroy careers. But no, you didn't think about that, did you? Well, anyway, you didn't destroy my family, you didn't destroy any career, but you did try to hurt my reputation, and that was good enough for me, and I'm not going to commit suicide over that, I guarantee you that. I'm not that guy. But you are going to get what you deserve, and there's no turning back. So rev up your engine, boy. We got a long way to go. We got a long haul to go. And I'm going to enjoy every moment of this ride. That's it, folks.